welcome. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And in this video, I will be talking about my movie hauls from the Dollar Tree and as well as Big Lots. I've been going to both of these places for about a month now. I'm picking up one or two movies each time I go, but never a good amount to make a full video out of. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just kind of keep going until I can get a good amount from each place and just make one big video. And I got about 4 movies from each place. I never spent more than $3 plus tax on a movie. The Dollar Tree movies are $1, and then at Big Lots, most of the movies, I think all the 4 movies that I got are $3, and I think there is some $5 movies as well, but I never spent more than $3 on the movies in this entire haul. So, I'm going to start with the Dollar Tree movies real quick, starting with the DVDs, which is Chokeslam. I am a huge wrestling fan, as you can see by my shirt and all the figures behind me. This was an instant buy. I was actually out of town, and I was just like, I'll just pop over onto Dollar Tree, and I happened to see this movie and the next movie I'm about to talk about. I just couldn't pass it up because I am a huge wrestling fan, and like I said, it was an instant buy because of Mick Foley, Amanda Crew, Christopher Marquette. I really like everyone who's involved in this movie, and I just thought it's a really good blind buy because I really don't know nothing about it. Next up is from the same day I bought. I also bought Death Race 2050, which is the sequel to the Death Race 2000, which is the original Death Race, Roger Corman's. This one is definitely more in tune with the original Death Race. It has a little bit more tongue-in-cheek. The characters are just a tad bit more over the top than the more modern Death Race series of movies, which I bought the 4th Death Race in my last Dollar Tree haul. So this is a lot of fun. I've actually seen this movie before. It's just fun. If you really need to kill like 80 minutes or so, this is a good movie to watch. Now, I upgraded this one. I actually talked about this in a DVD throwdown between me, 13th Wolfman, and the Ice Lord. I Am the Ice Lord. I had this on DVD for the longest time, and I just never really upgraded it to Blu-ray, and I happened to see it, and I'm like, you know what, this is coming home with me, and I really, really love this movie. It's really a great movie. And finally, from the Dollar Tree, I got Warning Shot. This is another blind buy. I've actually... it's sort of a blind buy, I should say, because I do remember watching a trailer from it from when it first started coming out. Just because what stood out to me was David Spade. He's in this movie, and it's supposed to be a very serious movie. And so I'm like, you know what, I'll give that a shot. And I'm like, once I had totally forgotten about it until I was at the Dollar Tree the other day, and I'm like, oh, it's that movie, and I'm like, you're coming home with me as well. So, those are the movies I got from the Dollar Tree. Now the movies I got from Big Lots. First up is Holidays. This is a horror anthology film. It has a bunch of people in it, but the reason why I bought this is because there's a segment on here directed by Kevin Smith, so I needed it for my Kevin Smith collection. But it's a horror movie anthology based on each of the holidays. You got Valentine's Day, Halloween, Father's Day, Mother's Day, New Year's, Christmas, Easter, and St. Patrick's Day. I do remember Halloween being one of the better ones, but some of the weirder ones, I think Father's Day is probably one of the weirder ones. So is Mother's Day. Those two, I'm not saying they're bad, they're just weird in terms of the other ones are kind of more traditional, like they're more tongue-in-cheek, fun, especially Valentine's Day, and Christmas was pretty good. So this was just it was just a buy. I've seen this before, so but I mainly bought it because I needed it for my Kevin Smith collection. Now that is the only a DVD that I had bought from Big Lots. So next up is Death Race 3. The Unrated. This is the one that I had talked about in my previous unhaul, which is the one that I had not seen before. And I'm like, yeah, they had it. So I'm like, oh, this is also coming home with me. And I enjoyed it. This is, if you just need, like I said, most of these movies, if you just have like hour and a half to hour and 40 minutes and some change to kill and just need something kind of stupid to watch, these are all really fun to just kind of lose and to escape for a little while. And I think the Death Race movies are a perfect example of that. Holidays, if you have a few friends over, that's good as well. Next up is A Kind of Murder. I had just recently watched this. I bought it. This was like a day where I went from all my favorite places and didn't really buy anything. And this is the only thing I bought that day. So I brought it home, watched it, and it was actually not too bad. Patrick Wilson is in the movie, so immediately I'm like, well, he's the bad guy. And, well, true to an extent. But, not too bad. I wish it kind of leaned into more other elements of the movie that they could have went where and they didn't go there. And it's like, oh, I wish they kind of did a little bit more with this and a little bit more with that. But the editing, the performances, everything, I thought was really good. And I love the production design. I like the music. It was done really, really well. And it just wished, to me, it kind of just did a few extra things that kind of make the overall story portion of the movie kind of a little bit more cleaner and more effective, in my opinion. And finally, my final buy from Big Lots. Now, a little brief history with this one. Every time I've gone into Big Lots, I've always picked up this movie. I really wanted to take it home with me, but I always put it back because I just couldn't quite commit to the movie. I love zombies. I love when they're Nazi zombies, but I just couldn't really commit to it because I really wanted it on Blu-ray. So one day I went in there and I found it, which was Outpost Dark Sun. It takes place in two different time periods. It takes place during World War II, and as well, I think it flash forwards to present day when I do believe when things are kind of getting a little bit more out of hand, when whatever caused the Nazi zombies in the past is kind of being brought up again in the future or present day. So, and just from the makeup effects on the back, I really hope it really looks like that. So and what's there to lose but $3? So those are the movies that I had bought from Big Lots and as well as the Dollar Tree. So I bought a bunch of movies. Some I've seen, some I have not seen, some were kind of vaguely remembered, but you can't really go wrong with $3 and dollar movies. So that's really all I gotta say. Thank you. I will be doing these more, hopefully in about another month once I kind of gather up some more movies to do. So, as always, I am the one and only MSJ. Please click subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified for any future videos I will be creating right here on this channel. Leave a like, comment, and share. I want to hear what you have to say about any of these movies. I mainly want to hear what you have to say about Outpost Dark Sun, because I've been really wanting to see this movie for quite some time. And like I've mentioned, I keep picking it up and putting it back down. And then when I finally committed to it, when I finally found it on Blu-ray, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to hear what you have to say if you've actually seen this movie, and as well as Holiday and Warning Shot. Those are the three movies I kind of want to hear if you have anything to say about those movies. Doing all those things I just asked you helps me get my channel to a much broader audience, and as well as I always say, thank you.